Yes, we was live. I gotta share my song. I gotta replay the song. Hold on, let's replay it.
Shit. Niggas.
If you my sister, I won't hesitate to lift ya. Pick your head up so you can see the bigger picture. We got the vision and headed straight to the top. And when we make it, yeah, they faces gon' drop. So girl, you gotta put your crown on. Don't let it fall. Our stock is rising like the Dow Jones. Yeah, we got it all. Beautiful, independent, and power of the women. Cause when you tearing down another, then you discover we really need each other. Yeah, that's facts. We can't let the gossip break us. The negativity, we can't embrace it. Don't let it shake us. I know you've been through everything, but still you're so courageous. Cause you just keep on pushing. That tenacity's contagious. I know they want the season and they'll never get the flavor. Cause really it ain't nothing like a sister by her paper. You know I always got you if you ever need a favor. Cause we solid, never waver. And I promise we gon' stay up.
Hey sister, don't let them take you down. They'll never wear you brown. Oh, stay up, stay up.
What? Oh, the hedge is getting puffy and puffier, y'all. What's up, my YouTube family? We are here to start a new introduction, a new series, and to start having broader conversations. So, there are three different stories that I want to touch on and talk about today. So, the first story we're going to talk about a woman who says that she was groomed at 13 and silenced for decades. And then we're also going to talk about two girls who were abducted after months of online conversations. And then the last topic that we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about um, a global celebrity who is publicly defending and deporting immigrants such as herself. Amen. So the story about so the young girl that we're talking about, and honestly and truly, um, so the young girl that we're talking about is one second. Let me get her name because I want to tell you her name exactly. Because she wants to be known. Now, the other day, hold on, this is her name. Her name is Risha Lanfair. And we all know who LaShonia Lanfair is. We never knew her by name, but now we have her by name. And I'm going to talk about why she decided now to speak forth, to come forth. So, Saturday, was it Saturday? I believe it was Saturday. Saturday, I was on my phone. I was talking to my man, and I was like, "This is the young girl who says that R. Kelly. She's the young girl from the R. Kelly video, right? Um, this is a small channel. You only have 100 people here, but yeah, actually we have 85, but their numbers are mighty. Y'all, they're doing the floor repair upstairs, so please bear with me. Um, so basically, she was the young girl from the R. Kelly video. And she has now decided to come forth and let everyone know that she is the young girl from the R. Kelly video. She actually has a book out. She's putting out a book, and it's called Who's Watching Shorty. You could purchase this book on Amazon. Thank you, Mrs. King. You could purchase this book on Amazon for $30 right now. It's available. Why is everybody calling me right now? So Saturday when brung this up to I run this up to Miss to my man, and I was like, why is she I said, why is she coming out now? And he was like, the only thing that I could think of why she would want to come out and talk about this right now is clout. And I'm like, no, maybe she wants to tell her story. But he was like, why would she want to be known as the girl in that video? Right? Why would she want to be known as the girl in the video? Because now all she's going to open herself up to is people saying, oh, this was the nasty little girl in the video. Because people's mind does not process that this girl actually went through trauma. All they can see is that this is a young girl who was being fast, who was in the video, doing things with a grown man that she should not have been doing. Right? And so this was before I watched the interview. I went and I watched the interview, and I was just like, yeah, because there has to be some type of clout chase, because she literally has the opportunity to go and make and do anything in the world with her life. So why would she come out today, now, at this moment, to sell this story when R. Kelly is already in prison? What would be the reason that she would want to come out and talk about it at this moment? Now, in the interview, she mentions how, so she says that the way that because she was a rapper, she was a young girl, she was a rapper in the 90s, and she wanted to make it. This is the part that makes me feel some type of way. And the reason why I feel some type of way about it is because it's just like, we are looking to blame the man, but Sparkle has no type of accountability and doesn't want to take any type of accountability. However, Sparkle is the one who told her to go sit on R. Kelly lap, rub his head, and ask him to be her goddaddy. In this interview that she put out in the interview on ABC News, she said that Sparkle told her, you should ask Robert to be your goddaddy. Go sit on his lap, rub his head, and ask him to be your goddaddy. So then it got to the point to where now, no, Sparkle. Now then, when Sparkle said she started suspecting that something was going on, that's when she called CPS. And then her mom and dad got involved. And she says that Robert would then, start talking about he was going to unalive himself. Robert was playing games. It even got to the point to where they went on trial, right? They went to a trial and she lied. And she said she did not become convicted until she seen everything that happened on with the Lifetime network, and she felt responsible because she felt like this could have all been stopped if she would have spoken up then. But I feel like that is making her too accountable because the adults in her life did not protect her. The adults in her life failed her. And Sparkle released a statement basically trying to say that if anything, like that she never had nothing to do with it. She never solicited anything. No, this is a book. This is a book. And I'm honestly thinking about buying the book. It's 30 CoinDellas. I'm thinking about buying it and doing a book review and coming back down here and talking to you guys about it because I really want to know what she got to say. And I don't want to read the book from the view of I don't want to read the view with going into it with the perspective of like she's guilty or she was wrong. I mean, or she's trying to get something out of it. Because I think a lot of times when people do come out and people do tell their stories, they're negated, they're overlooked, and they're all saying that they want something. And I'm like, well, people say all the time, like, you got to pay me for my pain, and pain and suffering really doesn't have a price. So if she wants to come out and she wants to tell her story and she wants to market it and she wants to talk about it, why should she not? The only thing is I feel as though I do still kind of feel like you had the opportunity to live your life and no one ever know that you were her. But I also feel like maybe she feels like she has to have she has a responsibility to talk about how other young girls could be in this situation and also in the future could be affected. Whoever wants to buy their own copy to read and discuss it with you, I think we should do that, Taylor May. I think that would be exciting to do. So also she has a 5-year-old son, and I feel like as an adult, she just wants to now be able to come out and tell her story of what happened to her. But the thing is, she doesn't feel like Sparkle did anything wrong. As you guys know, I am a bonus mom to several kids, right? And there's no way like I would have that type of relationship to where, oh, they're going to sit on my lap and rub my hair. It's just there's certain things that you do not do. And then as an aunt, like she's not even this girl's mother. She is this girl's auntie. And she told this young 13-year-old girl to sit on a grown man's lap. Mind you, R. Kelly has the same MO. R. Kelly loves to get a young girl. He likes to manipulate them. He likes to pit them against his parents. We got Rashonia. We got Aaliyah. We got that other young girl who was with her grandmother. And honestly, and here's the thing that really confuses me, right? Is how do these men have this much time? Like, you're literally touring the world. You're everywhere. You're on TV shows. You're performing. You're shooting music videos. You have a family. You have kids. How do you have time to have these full-fledged relationships with all these different women? Mind you, this was pre-iPhone. This was pre-internet that these things was happening. So how did you have that much time? I don't understand that. I'm gonna keep looking out for the different wherever Rashonia is, but I didn't know if you guys heard about this or if y'all knew that she do you guys want to see a picture of her? She's actually a gorgeous lady. Let me find a picture of Rashonia. So that you could see her. Hold on. Let me give you this picture of Rashonia. He had handlers to bring it to him. But she even mentioned how like her dad was trying to stop her from dealing with the man. Her dad did not like the relationship. Her dad tried to get in between it. However, she more so used her own devices to to come against Rob. So here is Rashonia. She's such a pretty woman. Actually, she actually looks like one of my cousins. So this is Rashonia at her grown age now. This was her. She did the interview with ABC News. But she's a very pretty woman. I like when I sit down and I listen to her. I in my personal opinion, I think she still needs to go and do some type of therapy because there's no way that you are only feeling like Robert was wrong. You also need to feel as though Sparkle was wrong as well. Because Sparkle introduced you to that. First of all, I never understood how parents leave their kids alone with a stranger. You don't know this man. You don't know him. So for you to leave your child with strangers, I don't understand it. It's not like it's education. And then they just take your child anywhere. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But I feel like she needs to go through counseling so that she could understand the bigger scope of like what happened to you was not just done by Robert, it was also done by the adults who failed you. Now, this is going to lead us to a different story about how two young girls, two siblings, were rescued after being kidnapped by a 19-year-old man they met on Roblox. This is being reported by ABC News as well. So let's talk about it because we always like to say parents fail their children, parents don't go to a certain extent to protect their kids. But in this case, well, let's read it from ABC News and then we'll talk about it. So ABC News is reporting previously missing siblings, and let me drop the link to the case. I mean to the article. Okay. So previously missing siblings, both girls and are minors, have been located after allegedly being kidnapped by a man whom they met on Roblox and continue to speak with on Snapchat, according to a press conference from a Florida Sheriff's Department on Monday. The siblings are aged 12 and 15, were located by Georgia State Highway Patrol after authorities found and stopped a vehicle connected to a suspect in the case. According to an update to a Facebook post from Martin County, Florida Sheriff's Office just after midnight early Sunday morning. The siblings appeared to be physically unharmed, officials say. I don't know how to say this man's name, but we finna try to say it, okay? His name is Hizer Mulese, a 19-year-old American citizen from Omaha, Nebraska, has been charged with 2 counts of kidnapping and 2 counts of interference with child custody in Martin County. Is currently jailed in Georgia Martin County. Sheriff John Busnick said in a press conference. We talk regularly about the importance of parents and family members being vigilant about grooming and social media platforms and the impact it has on kids. In this case, I think we prevented something disastrous, adding that he did not know what the suspect planned to do. At the press conference, Butnick described the rescue of the children as well as the events of leading up to alleged abduction. Buznick said the girls had gone missing early Saturday evening, and earlier in the day, the siblings had had their cellular devices removed as punishment for attending a local park before leaving home to meet the suspect. Deputies say family members alerted them to a potential suspect who had been identified by the family in summer of 2025 through Snapchat. The family members suggested to our deputies that a individual on the app may be involved in these girls disappearing. So essentially, this is what happened. The family so these 2 girls was talking to this man. They met him on Roblox. The family found out. They intervened. They took their tablets. They told them to stop talking to him. They tried to disconnect the contact. They stopped it. What these 2 girls would then do is they would go and sneak on different tablets. They would sneak on different devices to continue contact with this man, even though they know that they were forbidding to do so, even though they knew that this was not something that they should be doing. They still felt as though they ain't gotta listen to their mama, they ain't gotta listen to their daddy. We grown, we gonna do what we want to do. So this man drove 24 hours. Amen. He drove 24 hours. I think I have a picture. I do have a picture. I'm going to show you this picture. He drove 24 hours to abduct them. Now, my only thing is, was they abducted or did they run away? So this is the guy who drove 24 hours to go and abduct these young girls. Now, in my opinion, I feel as though they ran away. Now, did he probably have bad intentions? Yes. Should he even be in contact in any way, shape, or form with these young girls? Absolutely not. First of all, honestly, I think that Roblox needs to do something. I don't know what they can do. Um, I don't know what they can do because they want to crack down on on TikTok and all these other things. But there has been so many kids who have entered inappropriate relationships with adults on Roblox. There has been so many people who have been kidnapped from there. Um, there are pedophiles on there. There are so many different types of folks who are on these apps doing things that they should not be doing. And I don't know what they can do to stop that. I don't know if I don't know what they can do, but something needs to be cracked down. Maybe they need to remove the chat feature. I don't know what they can do, but something needs to be done because there's no reason why this man, who, mind you, he don't even have no money. R. Kelly had money. R. Kelly had the glitz, he had the glam. This man don't have none of that. He's just a regular old man on the internet trying to have a relationship or trying to talk online to young girls. One second, because I'm looking at my notes. So, in my notes, I wanted to talk about how these stories are similar. So, I wrote it out and I want to talk about grooming, how grooming happens. So, we have to understand that these two stories involve people who were minors and very young girls and impressionable at the time. Risha Lanfair, when this started, was only 13. And then we have two young girls who are now 12 and 15. And the parallel that I want to draw is how they all started from how these relationships was long-term relationships into the fact that trust was built. They started to trust these two. Lashonia started to trust her parents' word over her. Started to trust R. Kelly's word over her parents' word. These two girls was going so far as to sneak on different devices when their devices was being taken, when communications was being stopped. These two girls decided that hell, we just gonna run away with this man. And so I think we have to start. It's something about vulnerable young girls that predators can smell from. Hold on, y'all. 1 second. This is my apartment. Um, y'all. So we might have to cut this short because well, I don't know. Y'all just have to hold on. I don't know. We'll see. So let's get into Nicki Minaj. Let's get into Nicki Minaj. And then with Nicki Minaj, I think we need to have a broader conversation of like, can you separate the music from the artist? Right? I don't know. I kind of feel like that's escape. I kind of feel like I kind of feel like that's a crutch. Hey, sister. Well, let's talk about it. So Nicki Minaj has decided to go full MAGA on us. When I say full MAGA, I mean full MAGA. Um, Nicki Minaj has gotten to the point to where not only is she holding hands with Donald Trump, she she's holding hands with Donald Trump. She's doing interviews. And honestly, at the end of the day, when I look at Nicki Minaj, I see a woman who wants something. I don't know what it is that she wants, but she wants something. And I don't know if she's looking for help. I don't know if she's looking for acceptance. I don't know if they paid off that $500 debt that she had. Um, I I don't know what Nicki wants. No, that was a fluke. That was a flop. Okay. Nicki Minaj didn't know. They said that was a memento card, memorandum. That's what they said. It was a fake. She's not a citizen. She's still an immigrant. And I watched Scandal. I was a Scandal girl. I love Scandal. So in my mind, in my soul, in my heart of hearts, I feel as though Nicki Minaj is going through something. She is. And as a person who was a bard, it is so disheartening. It's so disheartening to see her make a mockery of her career. Because at the end of the day, how can I be listening to boom, 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 boom bass, knowing that she over there holding hands with Donald Trump? How am I supposed to be listening to looking ass nigga when she talk about Bo MAGA? And it's like, what, girl? Are you dumb? You was just talking about, children being deported, people being separated from their families. And then I had to remember she did marry Kenneth. She went on this whole rampage about how our favorite celebrities are this, that, and the third. And I'm like, but look who you're married to. And so overall, I think with Nicki Minaj, I'm just very hurt. Hey, ghetto, how are you? I think overall, y'all, I think I'm more hurt about Nicki Minaj than I am about my channel being deleted. I can separate the artist from the word. Everyone is flawed. I believe I can appreciate a person's work without concerning myself with their private lives. But here's the thing: it's not that it's done in private; it's done in public. Like she's publicly wanting people to support this man. And I'm like, she has to be getting something out of it that maybe we'll never know. I'm not sure. But she has to be getting something out of it. She has to be. In the same way she deserves her personal choices as an artist is the same personal respect you deserve as CC's. Well, Georgia Peach, only certain people are allowed to have that. Only certain people are allowed to have privacy. Maybe that's what she is after, Bree. You said maybe she is trying to get her husband pardoned so he can get out the registry and travel freely, or maybe her brother. Now, I think her brother's just gonna have to sit there. Maybe her husband. Maybe her husband. But hold on one second, y'all. I'll be right back. All right, y'all. Sorry about that. Thank you for becoming a member. Thank you for the super chat. Uh, they was coming to look at the floor so they could get that fixed. Um, okay. If she is personally benefiting from the situation, I'm sure she don't care what people think of her, just like we don't care what people think of us. Yes, but I think more so it's just like, do you feel as though people are still going to publicly like listen to her music or support her music? Because a lot of the LGBT community is turned off. A lot of the communities are turned off by it. So I don't know. I just know me personally as a bar, like I'm almost starting to feel about Nicki Minaj the way I feel about Trey Songz. And as y'all know, I love that man. I was in love with that man. And now I just be like, oh. And that's something I feel about Nicki Minaj. I think I'm gonna go ahead and go, y'all, because it's just too much upstairs. Like I'm probably about to leave because it's just too much upstairs. But I look forward to having more conversations with y'all. Y'all send me different things that y'all find interesting so we can have a talk about it and we could really sit down and really get into it. But they kind of like disturbing me. So I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.